Alrighty then, mic check, mic check. Good morning. It is Monday, 8:44 a.m. A couple minutes late there. Had a live streamer crashed there as I tried to connect earlier. So there's a new link. So let's see if we can post that in the public chat here. Yeah, so we had one. I'm not sure what happened there. Tried to connect to YouTube there this morning and created a new link. So let me let everybody know that here real quick.
Vinny Emini said new link above. OBS crashed caused a new link generation.
All right, so we should be back online there this morning. I am on got the 5 chart layout here going this morning. If you've not installed the latest version of ALGO, make sure you grab that. You can do a 2-week free trial. As of right now, that trial will be a paid trial here soon before the end of the month here. That will be on a paid trial. Couple things. Again, it's not just trying to come out here and just, we're going to charge people for trials. What's happened is we just had a lot of that free trial abuse of epic proportions. People are spinning up new VMs and another machine ID and another machine ID. So we have to have some way to track individuals, and the best way to do that is put a price point on it, so there's a financial transaction associated with the person. And of course, people can, there's all kinds of ways to manipulate and kind of mess with the system, but our tech support team and myself, we have just, we're trying to reduce some of that ticket count coming in from a lot of the people just, messing around, kicking the tires. And so that will change. So go grab the 2-week free trial while you can. And my goal today is, if you are brand new with us, at the end of the session, you'll be able to execute on at least 3 strategies by the end of this session that you might be comfortable practicing in sim with us tomorrow or today. Who knows? You might just pick it up like a duck to water, and it might be super easy for you to figure, because we kind of have turned the markets into a video game, and I'm going to teach you the ways that I approach the market. Kind of simplifying things down here at the very, very bottom. I've got a little bit of a new layout. If you are familiar with the live stream, been here before, I've kind of narrowed this down, and where you're seeing 1 chart at a time. But right now I'm in the 5 chart layout, which is basically the default out of the box, as we have just put out the most recent release. You'll want to grab that. We do have a hotfix coming out later today or tomorrow with a couple of those hot fixes that some little minor things, like the size of a couple of the arrows, for instance. This is, right now same size arrows, but if you go to change it, there's a little bug there. A couple little bugs that are going to get fixed here in the hotfix release. You will not need to change your workspace again with this hotfix. So if you have arranged your charts and everything, and you do the latest hotfix update, it will just apply and things will get fixed. So don't worry about having to rearrange your charts again. But during this release, we have this is a foundational release. with a ton of changes, you will want to create new workspaces for yourself or use the ones out of the box. If you want to apply our templates to your charts, so if you already have a chart and you want to apply a template, you can right click and go to templates, load, and then you can just select the templates that come out of the box. They are numbered there at the front, the ones that start with 01, 02, and of course we go through how to load all those in the 8-day bootcamp. However, if you just use the system out of the box, it's already going to be pre-configured for you. And the way that I would probably suggest a new person starting out should just kind of start with reading from top left to bottom right. Let's see, it'll be 3 and 4 and 5. So in your 5 chart layout, we'll start up here in the highest time frame on what we call the tide. Speaking in terms of water, we want to go in the direction of the rising tide, or as it ebbs and flows, we want to go in the direction of the tide. The wave will tell us, is the wave kind of coming up or down right now with us? We want to look at those two filters first. And then our final filter, we come through this chart number 3, and we have a 2-step filter process right here. I want this color to match with this arrow. So that is the 2-step final entry right into our trade windows over here on the right, where we're going to execute either a large or small entry on the right, and it is that simple. I'm going to be looking for the nerd plus the arrow. This is what I refer to as the nerd. If you'll hear me call out today, the nerd, I want to say, hey, I want to go in the direction of the nerd. That is this little indicator down here, and that is inside of the Discord on the left-hand side. This is a stream of the direction for all 4 correlated instruments, the nerd being the NASDAQ, the ES, the RTY, and the Dow. So those combined into one indicator. Right now, really all I have to care about is what color is it right now. But sometimes I also want to know, well, where have I come from, right? You can see from this morning at 8:32 a.m., it was on the sell side, and we have moved over to the buy side. And sometimes that can be helpful information if I'm trying to plan for a larger trade. Now, if I'm just looking into grabbing my scalp trades, I don't really need all that information. If I am just looking for a target 1, target 2 scenario, and you can totally play like that as well. Speaking of playing that way, this is kind of my way to track my 5 trades. I have a digital copy of my physical copy that I have over here on my desk. You can also print out one of the physical copies for your desk if you would like to track your 5 trades with a paper version of this, having vision boarding there in front of you, but thinking every day as I come into the markets, standard operating procedure, I've got my 5 trades. As I take each one, I can click on those and switch them red or green if they were winners or losers. And within those 5 trades, I'm looking for a winner, winner, chicken dinner. And within 2 trades, I should be able to have made enough to put chicken dinner on the table for the fam. Plus, then after my 2 winners, I'm going to be thinking mentally about a potential bonus where I'm just going to add a little bit more to the pool there. And then I need to be done with the market that day and wait for the next sliding window where the markets are in my favor. Now, that's kind of a short version of what you're going to learn in the deep dives in the boot camp and the premium member training. If you do have questions, today's a great day to come and ask them. It's Mentorship Monday, so again, it's my goal to spend a Monday really kind of teaching a little bit more about the system, kind of getting you warmed up to the system itself. While we're there, I kind of want to brag on the crew a bit. I have just been seeing y'all's results, just amazing. If you are not in our Discord yet, you're definitely missing out. You'll want to participate there for sure. But let's go over here to, let's check out some posted results section here and just take a look at some of the results. So if you're new with us and you're wondering, well, you know, is this a place for me? You might want to come check out, like start with, well, you know, you see Vinny, the founder, the coder of the program. Yeah, maybe he does well, but you know, how do the members do? Well, come take a look, come look at the actual results of the members and then go, you know, are these the types of things that I want to be able to do? We've got, this one's a pretty big one here. It's at 12,000, missile 12,000. What I like to look at is the stats. So inside the stats, I usually focus on 3 stats, not just the percentage profitable, although a lot of people do focus on that a lot. It's like, well, you know, well, what's the win rate? Okay, well, 78%. good, but there's a couple other things that I would encourage you to look at when you're going through stats of things. You want to come up here to the profit factor. That profit factor will tell you the ratio of winners to losers, like how big was the winner compared to the losers. So in this case here on this report, profit factor 10.8. That means his winners were 10.8 times the size of losers. Also, I think that max drawdown is important as well. So 3 things I think you should look at: max drawdown, profit factor, and percentage profitable, I think is a good way to look at people's stats personally. Let's go through some more. Here is Spreadsheet, had a huge day last week, as I saw. He had 76% profitable. Profit factor here, 5.91, 5.9 times the size of his losers for the winners. 30K profits on a single day, 76% profitable on that one. Awesome work there. Let's see, these didn't have the stats, but you can see the run up. Here we go. Eli has his stats here on this one. Let's take a look here. So for that 1,000, let's again, it's not just about the number. Okay, you got $1,000. Yeah, but how hard was it? This was a, no, he wasn't 100% profitable. Okay, 71%. And profit factor 9.9. Okay, I mean, basically he had break evens on, so he's probably locking in his stops right away. So a profit factor of 9.9, usually it's basically like 100%, right? So max drawdown, yeah, $10. So he's probably got, I might ask him if he's got a auto break even set to instantly break even at a certain number of ticks there. But that does look like, just from that number there, it looks like what that might be there. So nice job on that one. I'm not going to go through all of these, but you guys can go and check some of these out here. But let's go through a few more. So 850, let's look at the numbers. Profit factor 1.39. So winners were larger than the losers. 73% profitable on the numbers there. So anyhow, I do encourage you to check those out there, and you can look at that in the posted results section. And all of our teaching and training is there on the website. If you go to the 8-day bootcamp, currently also free. But when we go to the paid trial and we get that behind a paywall, so go grab it today. It'll be a great day to grab it. If you are just coming here with us, you've jumped in at a good time. You can still get everything there for free before we kind of have to lock that down a little bit. So if you have any questions, pop them there in the chat. I'm going to be hunting here for the first set of trades after I get through my checklist. Still before 8 a.m. I'm sorry, before 9 a.m. Still got about 4 minutes before 9. I'm going to go into our public chat and type !checklist. And we're going to go through our checklist here. Easiest way for me to do that is probably come down here to, I think I've got a screen for that. Here we go. So let's go through our checklist. This looks a little weird without my charts back here, doesn't it? Pull one of these over here. Some nice background. There we go. Okay, so let's go through the checklist. Broker data connections. Yep, everything is good here on the connections. Hardware. Let's check to make sure that my hotkeys are on. I'm going to check IQ there. Where'd that go? Okay, yep, as long as I see that keyboard loaded up there, that means that the G keys on the left-hand side of my keyboard are on with my hotkeys. Day of the week, currently it is Monday. We are coming off of a holiday this week, so let's see, that one's down a little bit farther there. Time of day, we are still 3 minutes before the US Open. So we've got a little time here. News, yes, let's get the news loaded up here. Press F5 on our news feed here on Financial Juice is my primary. And it looks like we have 10 a.m. ISM Manufacturing. And we'll have 11:30. Looks like after that, we don't have anything in between. Yeah, so our next news event that we need to concern ourselves with interruptions would be 10 a.m. Typical place for that. I kind of like it when there's just a 10 a.m. news event. And let's see, FOMC and NFP. Nope, we're not coming into a Wednesday scenario there. Holidays, so we just talked about that. We're coming off of Good Friday, so some of that volatility from Friday might be pent up and coming into today, so we might get some extra volatility coming in for that. That's good. Earnings, let's see. Earnings wise, we are not in the middle of a earnings week, so that one is going to be less important for me on that one. But if anybody knows of one, maybe if we sometimes get caught off on that, we'll go check individual companies if there's some major event coming in. Oftentimes our audio news will kind of cue us in on that, so we'll be listening in for. Speaking of,
3.64%.
So our audio news feed will oftentimes cue us into if there are big companies that might impact our movement. Again, we're not trading individual stocks directly. We are trading indices on the futures contracts of those. So we are kind of several layers away from the individual stocks, but some of those like Apple, Google, Microsoft, the FANG stocks can impact what we're trading directly. So we do want to be aware of those when those hit. Gears. So let's talk about what time frame I'm on. Now I've reduced the entry chart to a 5s right now because the market has, believe it or not, slowed down a little bit compared to the wild child times that it was in. Now that can adjust during the daytime. Right now I'm currently on the 5s. So if you are going to lock in what I'm doing here, I'm on the 5s. Although if you're still on the 6s from before, wouldn't fault you on that, and I may be switching to the 6s for my primary entry if the market kind of dictates that as we go into the morning here. Right now you can see currently too slow even up here on the 5s, so we could start to shift down and do our gear shifting here even this morning to find what time frame is in play. In fact, we have a little time here, so let's go ahead and do a demonstration of that. So right now I am on the 5s for my entry. Right now it says that it is too slow, which indicates to me that I need to go down time frames. Now this is also to kind of show off a little bit of the new version. We have no problem switching between instrument types and sizes. So I'm going to go down, just kind of estimating. I'm going to cut this in half from 5s. I'm probably going to go all the way down to the 2s first to see. Yeah, so 2s, we've got great speed on the 2s here, so the 2s might be in play. In fact, you can see a nice Enigma there coming in, hitting its target just before that here. Let's go to one higher just to see if good speed is on the 3s as well. No, valid speed here on the 3s. So you see how I can kind of easily adjust there based on going, okay, we've got valid speed, it's okay here on the 3s, but if I want the best speed right now, I can see that the 2s is currently the best speed, and that helps us out with our psychology module. Now I can play it that way where I am adjusting myself to go find a play, which I don't typically recommend. I don't want you going and fishing for those trades. What I specifically think that would be best is to be prepared and wait until it comes to you on the time frame that you are looking for your targeting. And that targeting is based on your own personal preference. Like how many ticks per trade are you looking to get? If you're looking more ticks per trade, then you want to move up time frames, and that will give you higher reward opportunity, but also of course comes with that higher risk, because if you're going to be using your stops behind a dot box cross like we teach, well, the dots, box, and crosses are larger the higher the time frame that you go up. So the ideal would be to find a higher time frame opportunity, entering in on a lower time frame risk, and that's what you'll see us do here today, and we teach that in the 8-day boot camp if you're a little bit lost on that, but this is how we will adjust. So I'm going to go ahead right now. I'm going to switch back to the 5s in prep for the morning open, and you see how responsive this new version is with the latest version of ALGO. So make sure and grab that. You will love it. Contract dates. Do we need any contract rollovers? We do not. It is right at the beginning of a new quarter. We've already had quad witching about a week and a half back or so. So we are already over on the new contract months. Shouldn't need to make any adjustments there. The wave ranges, I do need to make an adjustment there. So wave range right now. So I'm going to go in the premium member chat. Now we do post this in the public chat area as well, but it's just easier to find in the premium member chat. So I'm going to hop in the premium member chat, and I'm looking for this right here. So we post this at the beginning of the week. We automatically will tell you, we do the optimizations for you on what we're going to put into the wave chart. So right now I'm going to be focused on the NASDAQ. So I care about this column right here. NASDAQ, you can see, is 36 for the period on that, which would be the range. So I'm going to be putting this into the range chart, and I'm going to set that to 36, and I'll show you how easy that is if you're brand new. Again, this is Mentorship Monday, so spend a little bit more time going through these. You can see it's still on 42 from the week before, and so I want that to be on a 36. If you just click in the chart, type 36R for 36 range, a little cheat for this, and just hit enter. That is the fastest way to do that. Again, you can do it in a normal way. Go, right click, go to data series, and go and change it. That way, if you're old school or like to do things the hard way, you can do that as well. But the shortcut for that is just click into the chart, and it's responsive like that, and type 36R for 36 range, hit enter, and it will automatically adjust for you. So the optimized range this week into NQ, starting the week, will be on the 36s. My ATMs, do I have my ATM set? Currently, I have no ATM set. I may adjust that as we get closer to the market open. Still only 9:04, so about 26 minutes from the US Open, so I don't really need to worry about adjusting that quite yet. And I am using none a lot recently because of how volatile the markets have been, really getting those big runners for me. So I have been kind of manually exiting on these because the markets have just been giving much bigger opportunities recently. So rather than locking into an ATMs where the markets are kind of more a slower standard tempo, I have been able to take advantage of those big moves. And so you'll notice that I'm running with ATMs none or naked, where there isn't a bracket around it. And oftentimes I will manually click the add stop button back behind it if I do want to lock in a stop. You'll see me come back after I've entered into the position, and I will tap that add stop button or add bracket after it as the trade is developing. MACV Ultimate. Yes, MACV Ultimate is up and running. That was this one that we talked about there this morning. I've got that set in place. Of course, I just moved it, so might have to make an adjustment on that when we go back to our scene above. Let's see, audio box. Yep, I hear audio box clacking right now, so audio box is on. P&L cadence. Let's see, we're coming back from a holiday, so we're kind of reset at 0. I don't really have a concern either way or thinking about the P&L cadence, but we are kind of, recognizing coming back from a holiday, extra long weekend there. We had Easter weekend. First and foremost, you probably should start it with this. Man, the most important thing in life and the most historic event that's ever occurred in human history. Like, I know we've got people, shooting into space right now, and they think that's pretty historic, but nothing is more historic than Jesus Christ coming and dying for you. And if you don't know him, you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a little thing at the top of our Discord in the top left. Go into the Prosperity is Yours section. If you don't know him, there's an easy way to get to know him. There's a little prayer right there that I would recommend that you accept the gift that he gave to us in coming and dying for you so that you could be with him. You want to check that out, top left-hand side of Discord, or ask me questions on it. I'll walk it through with you. Would love to have you in the kingdom of the Father as well. It would be amazing to have you part of the body of Christ and God's family. That's what you're joining up with. I always think of that, like we are now joint members of a family together when you've accepted that gift. It's pretty awesome. Let's see, next one here, P&L distractions. No specific distractions here that I can think of for me personally. Everything's pretty clear. Had a pretty fantastic weekend. You go through the no list. We do have a no list. If you have issues personally, things that are going on, they can impact you. You need to be aware of, hey, if you've got some lingering things going on in the back of your mind, some arguments with coworkers or family members, friends, colleagues, those type of things can impact you. If you go into our room there, I'll go ahead and type it in the public chat. No list, text exclamation mark, no list. Check that no list. Make sure that none of these are impacting you. If they are, this is kind of the, hey, should you be trading today? Call it the no list, because it's like, no, I should not be trading kind of list there. Just stay up all night. Were you upset with anyone? Have you yelled at anyone today? Are you frustrated or upset about a family situation? Are you sick? That can also impact you if you're not feeling well. You know, be aware of what's going on with you. Back in the day when I was working, I wanted to make sure, like, well, you know, do I have more than the normal amount of meetings that day where it's going to interrupt my trading particularly? So meetings used to be part of my list there as well. So you might want to take a look at that no list there, and yeah, a self-assess. NinjaTrader 8 sounds. Actually, I do want to adjust the NinjaTrader 8 sounds here. I think I want to turn it down a little bit. I'm going to go into my sound mixer. Okay, I'm going to set that, and where are we at? 76. I think I'm going to set this to 70 for everyone there local as well. All right, sound adjusted. Ready to rock and roll. Let's go back up to the top left here, and let's put our charts back in their place. And I'm going to move this up a little bit. Okay. Now, a couple of the things I have. This tide wave visualizer. I'm going to use this to kind of track. Now we can squeeze this in and get a different sizing. Where'd it go? Kind of like them side by side. There we go. Okay, so for the tide and the wave, they're kind of opposite right now. So tide is up, so I'm going to set that one to green. And the wave, well, it was coming down. We are coming back up now, and the most recent one was green, so they're actually both green right now. So for my runner plays right now, runners are going to be easily identified on the tide and the wave direction, both green right now. So buy side is going to be favorable for runners. Leave that over on the right. So I've got these two checked. I know they are currently green. So I can almost kind of, like, my head, I kind of just mentally think I don't necessarily need to look back over here too much anymore, because again, this is my higher time frame. Once that's set to green, I now know that as I take the plays to the long side, I can hold bigger runners. If I'm going to be short side, I might need to be a little bit more literally short-sided on my targeting, where I'm not going to take as big a targets in the direction against that. So now I will focus right here on my filter through over to the right-hand side. I want the nerd and this arrow to match up. Right now I've got red on the nerd and I've got a green arrow right now, so they're not correlated right now. So not ready to take the best set of plays quite yet. I want to take those trades in the direction of those two matching up, and then I'll be looking for my plays right over here. Now, something I'm also going to be doing here in the beginning of April, we're going to be using our trade tracker over the next month to really focus. Like, I'm going to really be laser focused on just taking 5 trades with you guys, winner, chicken dinner, and then I'll be done with the live stream. Now, that comes with some pros and some cons to it. This will be great for the people who are, especially the brand new folks, the folks who are just coming on with us, to really focus in on just 5 trades, being very cautious of your trades, knowing that you don't want to overtrade. At the same time, our system can be very tempting to do that because it is so powerful. If you are just lining things up like with, you know, what I've just mentioned earlier, our kind of two-step filter, if you're playing with the nerd and the arrow, and then you take a play, you can do this a lot, right? But when you're starting out, you may not be as good at doing that. And there are some other things where, you know, you kind of get a feel for the markets and you might need some time to spend in the markets doing that. But to be disciplined and taking just those 2 trades plus a bonus, also focus more on teaching and training and making sure that you know how to come and execute on one of these cheat sheet entries. Every one of our cheat sheet entries is going to have our 2-pillar entry with it. Now that is not to be confused with the 2-step filter. Once we have our 2-step filter with the nerd plus the arrow, now one of these is going to be a power structure plus an R2FA event. Those are the 2 powerful things that will come into any one of our play setups that we're going to be entering in on. So let's go back up here to top left. So I'll be looking for one of those off of the cheat sheet, and you don't have to know every single one of them, but I do recommend that over time you want to know all of them so you know if they are working with you or against you, even if you have your 4 or 5 that you are specifically looking for. Kind of like I think of you being your own restaurant. As a restaurant, you don't have to sell every different type of item on every menu from every business that's out there. You can be an Italian restaurant or a Mexican food restaurant or Asian food restaurant. You don't have to, you know, sell all of it. You can be very good at just a few of those. So pick your 4 or 5 during your 8-day boot camp, 4 or 5 that you want to master. And those are really up to you. You know, which some of them are going to really jive with you and then others aren't. I had a conversation just recently with one of our members that was talking about, like, they just really didn't understand or really didn't like the Titanic zone. They were like, hey, you know, how can I trade the Titanic zone? I'm like, you know, listen, you don't have to trade everything, but I think it's pretty straightforward. On a Titanic zone, I'm looking for 3 ready DDs of the same color in an area, and I'm looking for 100 tick opportunity. It's as simple as that. So I personally didn't think it was that difficult, but you know, we had that conversation, and you know, they didn't quite understand that. They thought that they just immediately entered, and there's a whole conversation around that, and that's fine. But you can add them and learn them over time. Some of them are just straightforward and very easy, like a moonshot, right? There's a power moonshot short right there, right? That should be pretty easy. You know, you've got a combination of an enigma plus a cross. It's a power moonshot, easy, right?
To Wells Fargo.
But yeah, if you got any questions, pop them there in the chat. We are coming up on, we've got still about 14 minutes to the US Open. And I'll start looking for some plays here this morning. And again, I'm going to be doing winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then in the afternoons, we will be doing more review style. At least that's the plan. Yeah, because a lot of times people say, well, you know, Vinny, I see you on our live streams, you know, you're not adhering to the 5 trade scenario. And I'm kind of going, I'm a 20-year veteran of the market. You know, I might take more trades. We might be sizing up, but on occasion people are like, you know, can you come back down and do some I'll say come back down. It sounds demeaning. I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna showcase how well you can do. If you do, just stick to 2. Does that make sense? Winner, winner, chicken dinner, and a bonus when you're getting started. Now, again, while you are executing, if you're going to be executing on a live account or in a trader funding program account, you want to get some practice in. You really should be spending time in market replay and executing in sim. So after you're done with your trading, your winner, winner, chicken dinner, then switch over to sim and get that practice in. Do a lot of trades. Do a lot of trades in sim. Really execute, especially if you're in that middle 40 days area. We have a 120-day trading program there where I think that you should take the first 40 days to really study, learn, go through all the materials. And while you're in those, you have taken notes, plan to have your 4 or 5 strategies that you want to master, then take those 4 or 5 in the next 40 days. Literally just take every single one of those that you see, unfiltered, Don't worry about filtering and direction. Just take every single one because I need you to get a lot of reps in on those. Target 1, target 2, holding runners to opposing signals. Target 1, target 2, hold to the opposing signal. Target 1, target 2, hold to the opposing signal. Hold to the opposing signal is one of the key factors in playing really well with our system. And for whatever reason, that seems to be a little bit where I see traders struggle, is holding that opposing signal. Or once they've locked in and got that hold to the opposing signal, sometimes they lose sight of the remembering that if you're going against the direction filters, that you should be taking target 1, target 2, and that you're not trying to hold for an opposing signal. So anyway, just trying to head some of the tricky things off at the past, because I have, worked with a lot of traders over the years. Okay, we have a double ready DD here. One of my favorite types of plays here. Would have liked to have already gone ahead and gotten into a short on that. We have a divergence plus 2 ready DDs laying on top of each other right there. That is a reversal play there for me, and I would have liked to have taken that one. We do have moderate sell there with us as well on the nerd, and now we have the red arrow as well. Now, Tide, remember, is still both to the green side, so I'm still not, I don't have the monstrous play scenario in my direction, but that's still going to be probably worth about a 40 or a 50 tick bag on a reversal there on that. So I would not be surprised to see a 40 or 50 tick reversal off of that. Right now it's already moved 69 ticks off of the top down to the bottom of the Bollinger there on that one. Plenty of time though. No FOMO. We've got 10 minutes till the US Open, and we'll just wait for some plays to show up for us.
Double delta NQ on the 7th.
And we'll execute there on the chart. I think I'm also going to go ahead and set up some ATMs like we just talked about earlier. And yeah, we'll go with that one there. Keep that one on none to work back and forth on that. Let's check to make sure I'm on the right count details. Yep. Yep. Good deal. And let's see, we changed a few things on the charts there. I'm going to go ahead and save workspace. All right, I'm locked in there for the week, ready to go. 36 range here for the week to start out there. Let me get our chat here on screen. Good morning, Kino. Good morning, Pablo. Scale down, maybe that's what they mean. Might have missed a question there. Let me see. I'm going to scroll back up here. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, WFS. Good morning, Manny. Kevin. Ninja Scalp. Plutonium. Good morning. Happy Easter. Good morning, Sabrino. Expat. Let's see. Can't wait to get those stats. Times get profitable. Awesome. Love to hear it. Good morning, Zed. Good morning, Kazi. Missile. Fish and Ticks. Good morning, Dak. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Genevieve. Ali. Alpha. Andrew. Good morning. Great to see you all. Petro. Good morning, Edward. Mr. Crossbow. Good morning. Good morning, Foo. All right, let's see. 8 minutes. Yeah, big move off of that double ready DD up there.
Divergence up NQ on the 36.
Real-time protection off. Yes, thank you for that reminder. I did turn that off here before I got on live stream. I need to add that to the official checklist. But yes, real-time protection also should be turned off. If you are, it's like playing a video game. You want your PC running at its top. Absolutely.
Double delta NQ on the 5.
Lewis, good morning, Vinny. Can't thank you enough for the newest version of ALGO. Man, I'm telling you, like, everybody really, you're gonna love this new version. Like, this is foundational. Like, this is this moment. There's like a shift just came. We'll just put it this way, right? What just released. Yeah, this is foundational. The people in the future will not be able to appreciate what we've kind of put together, or I don't want to say the struggles, but there was a level of fragility with being able to particularly switch into market replay. Like we knew the frustrations every time we kind of move over to market replay. There was kind of this frustration there. By the way, speaking of things, like the 8163 version of NinjaTrader, it is not stable. There's a whole thing around that. I'm going to do a whole release video for the most recent one. But if you are on 8131 NinjaTrader, everything is just so stable. It's really great. I'm not sure what they changed in the way that they're loading things on open on 163. You can install the system. It works fine on 163. It's just there are stability issues just with 8163 that are there. It looks like they introduced some kind of issue around 815. Now, by the way, I'm not talking about ALGO. We're talking about the NinjaTrader versions, if you don't know. But be careful if you are using, this goes to anybody, really. It's not just ALGO. Anybody using any indicators, any trader funding programs, NinjaTrader 8163, there are issues. I will try to contribute to their forum with the information and details that I found as well. I imagine people are already probably on there talking about it, and I will also contribute to it to try to help them out, help them find what they need to do to fix those things. But everything from contract rollover to onload, initial chart loading, they got some very weird issues going on there with that. I'm missing the nerd window on my screen. Is that something I have to get from Discord? Yes. Yeah, the nerd is in Discord. And on the left-hand side, again, you'll learn all this in the boot camp, where all these are located and stuff like that. But yes, it's in Discord on the left-hand side. You get access to that with any premium member package. So if you're on monthly lease to own, or you bought a 1 year or a lifetime, you'll get access to the nerd as well. All right, 928. Currently inside the fiddle zone. Another thing, if you are watching with us, one of the places I kind of stay out of. See that gold kind of area in there? Basically, if the histogram's inside of there, you know, we call it the no fiddle zone. Like, don't fiddle in the middle. I'll try to avoid trades inside of there. If I'm going to take a trade inside of here, then I absolutely have to have the nerd and the arrow with me. Like, if we were to enter into any kind of play right now, we could in the direction of the arrow. Okay, so red arrow, and we are red on the nerd, so I could be grabbing a short if we had a short play in here. Makes sense. Yeah, we have about 1 minute 15 seconds to the US Open. Good morning, King Kong.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Mr. Bradshaw, good morning, good morning.
Harmonic NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
RTP off, yes.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Double delta NQ on the 5.
Let me grab the trade tracker as well.
Double delta NQ on the 7. 9. Double delta NQ on the 36.
Ten seconds.
Divergence up NQ on the 9.
All right, market opening up here.
S&P 500 sell side 96 million, Nasdaq 100 sell side 11 million, Dow 30 sell side 31 million, Mag 7 sell side 21 million.
So generally, I will also say we like to sit on hands for the first 5 minutes. Now I could turn on full auto, and generally I will do that. Right now I'm kind of just getting settled back into things here. We've got different workspace, and we're just kind of doing some, we're kind of just easing into things, showing you how simple it can be. I'm going to use the 5 chart layout here. I'm going to go for winner, winner, chicken dinner. Nothing fancy, not doing a lot of the full auto stuff on Friday. I'll focus in with you guys on the full auto, talking through teaching and training, all that kind of fun stuff. But here, for the first 5 minutes, don't have to be forced into a trade. We can let the market settle out here. There'll be plenty of time for trades. Remember, I only have to get winner, winner, chicken dinner, and I got 5 trades sitting here in front of me, and you're not there to force the market. You're waiting for the market to just hand you a bag. I know it's tempting to go, well, I see this, this, and this. What do I do when I see this, this, and this? Try not to do that. Just know what we are looking for. Wait for the thing that you're looking for and execute when that comes up. Don't worry about, well, what do I do if this, this, and this? Because a lot of times, I'll just tell you, it's just not a play. We're looking for, it's actually more difficult as a trader to know when not to trade. Your goal is to focus on when not to trade, not to know, what do I do right now? And I know that's a weird concept, especially if you're coming out of normal work mindset of busy, 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 work, 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 do, do, do. Our job is to filter and wait to execute the play when it sets up. We want things to line up, and then when we see the opportunity, when we get that perfect set of imbalances in our favor, then we execute. Make sense? Overtrading equal account death. Yes.
Harmonic NQ on the 5 touch high. Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Beautiful 9.4 up there off the top. Had a lot of confluence with that one, so could have grabbed that one. We had, anybody grab that one? We did have, just noticed we had divergence, we had cipher, we had red arrow, we had 6.5 up here, and a 9.4. I mean, a lot of confluence there to have grabbed that one. Big move down off that 9.4. Hold to the opposing signal, down to that green dot. It's 169 ticks. 9:33. Still 2 minutes for that first 5-minute zone. Vinny, can you look up this score when you have a chance? 89 chart is looking weird. If your 89 chart's looking weird, it's probably because you don't have enough data. So just add more days of data. Let's take a look.
Double delta NQ on the 9.
Oh, I see. You said you have 10 days? No, that's plenty.
Divergence down NQ on the 9. Double delta NQ on the 5.
You say it looks weird. I think you're saying it looks weird because you've got a cluster of crosses. That could mean that the DCDM might be too small on the 89. So look at the DCDM threshold setting. You can increase the size of that, is likely. You're talking about all the little targets, right? I believe that's what you're talking about, because there's a bunch of target lines. Yeah, and it's just clustering though. Like what Petro said, it's like it's just clustering. You've got a big cluster of crosses there. You kind of want to know that, right? Like I would mark up that area. So let's talk about what he's kind of showing here. I'll go full screen on that. So what he's asking about is, he's like, hey, what's that? Why is that messed up? It's not messed up. It's telling you there's a ton of activity right there. Now, if you don't want all of the target lines off the DCDMs of those, it looks like your DCDM is probably set too low, because all the other DCDM lines are not necessarily there. But this is where you want to you want to draw that zone. I would draw that zone over here to the right. You're gonna know it's basically there's a lot of activity around in that area, right? But you know, at the end of the day, who cares, right? What are you executing on? What you wanna do is you're looking to execute off of the cheat sheet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, visually, if you want to tidy it up, you can adjust the DCDM threshold to increase the number of ticks for a swing leg. Yeah, you're set to 10, Andrew. Yeah, and that might be too small, and I'll put a note to probably adjust that in the release to increase that for the highest time frame. Okay, another big 10.1, big move down off the top there. We are past the first 5 minutes, so it's 9:36. Nerd is neutral and red. So we've got nerd red. Also, we're shifting. Look at the wave now. Wave is now to the downside. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this. Wave is now red. Debatable on the tide. If the tide gets underneath the secondary rope there, that will also be shifted to red. But for now, we've got kind of a green and a red there on our visualizer. Yeah, we've got wow, that is a big bear in there. That's a 5,000 level bear. All right, so I'm going to mark that up. 5,000 level bear right here. If you see it, type some bear emojis there in the chat. We have a 5,000 level bear in there. Now I'm going to grab the middle of it, and I'm going to measure out 250 ticks down below where he wants to go. Oh, looks like he already went there. Yeah. Already ran the 250. But we will want to know where that area is. In the scenario of a... oh, shoot. Oh, don't give me a lockup right now. Oh, come on. Boo. All right, let's see. Grabbed 100 ticks on that 6K bear. Very nice, Foo. One thing, that is one disadvantage of having that 5-chart layout that kind of squeezed into that 1080p area, is that didn't stand out as much to me. I kind of saw it in hindsight, unfortunately for me. All right, let me reconnect there.
Alpha Omega down and Q on the 5.
Let's see, head along. Haven't started my free trial yet, but a paper account of following that bearish trade. Man, this algo box is up to something. Refer to the 8-day boot camp before I do the trial. Yeah, you can prefer it, you know. Well, it'll be paid soon, so I wouldn't wait too long. So by the end of the month here, again, all the trials, all the free stuff is going to go away. So just FYI. But yeah, great to have you with us. Thanks for the. I mean, it's too obvious. That's the whole point. Is like our system is too good at this point. But when it's free, people just don't take it seriously. So anyhow, let's get to it here. 6-1. Let's see. I needed to mark out that that big bear there. Let's try that again. Whoops.
Double delta and Q on the 5.
Okay, we got a big bear up there. Yep, came right back to it. Might have missed the drawing by a tick. And dropped back down out of it, so it defended well. Grabbed 50 out of it. Awesome. And let me grab some of those emojis you guys got there for me. Put them on the chart.
Double delta and Q on the 5.
Big bear in there.
Harmonic NQ on the 7. Divergence down NQ on the 9. Double delta NQ on the 5.
You mentioned a monthly lease to own thing. Can you explain a bit more when you have free time? So yeah, just head to algoboxpro.com, click on pricing there at the top. So that's right there. So it's got 2 days left. This will be $249 going forward. So just be careful of that. Like I said, I mean, y'all can wait all you want, but you're going to end up paying a little bit more. So this is pre-release pricing. So $199, but the lowest it's going to be in the future will be $249, the absolute lowest. And most of the time when we do a discount offer, it's $299. But it's pretty awesome right now. Yeah, so I would grab that pretty quick. Yeah, I normally don't like to put the price stuff on the live stream, but hey, you asked. So the lease to own, you'll own it after 18 months, so you don't have to pay forever. I think that's a pretty good option for people. Okay, we've got a double ready DD and a hill there, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on
This will be my first trade of the morning here.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
This is my entry there. Little tricky there.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
Okay, power hit shot. Still hearing buyers. The buyers would step off the tape there, but they are pushing the gas here. Red dot up on the MACV there. Green dot, let's see if that cracks. If it holds, that could be a problem.
Harmonic NQ down NQ on the 9. NQ on the 5.
Okay, I'm going to go naked here on this for a moment.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5.
Okay, if this comes back to my POE, I will half the POE. Got some crazy launch into the bear zone here. Divergence up top there.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Double delta NQ on the 7.
Look to add on the cipher if I get a Seuss. There's a Seuss right there. What time? 9:44.
2-finger NQ on the 36. Double delta NQ on the 5.
Okay, back to neutral. Have a red arrow and neutral on the nerd. It went red. Okay. Snapped down. Being a little greedy here. Should have pulled half there. Didn't do it. Looked like it might snap a little bit farther for me. Gonna add on the 11.
Omega down NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 7.
That was an HMD. Could have added on that HMD. There's a double dot. They're snapping. Delta shift up on the higher time frame. And looks like I'm about to be at max here any moment. Okay, there's max.
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Into that big bear zone. Divergence up top. See if we get that. Might be in for a 100 tick potential here. But man, they are making quite a move here. Pushing through into the top of that, right where that bear began from before.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Double delta NQ on the 7. Fib.NQ on the 7.
What time? 9:46. So we do have 10 a.m. news.
Divergence down NQ.
Wow, this is already to R3. They're going R3 before 9:45. Holy shnikes. Yeah, that's our headshot. I want to grab some of that on the bot account.
Harmonic NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Double delta NQ on the 7.
Okay, so woulda, shoulda, coulda. Should have pulled the half earlier. Just
Harmonic NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ
can't talk all the way through it, but I will attempt. Zeus.
on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 9. Alpha Omega NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 36. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Full touch hot. Double delta NQ on the 7.
Some wild bull action here. Nerd still neutral. Top of the bowl on the 89. Juice. Hold the opposing target. Drawn as that paper trails.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
That's a 5.8. 4.6. It's a step up of a 1.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7.
It's a headshot here. Okay, I'll add a little bit nervous about that. The bulls are doing some of their wild child craziness there. We got a big pink dot there on the MACV.
56.1. The range of 56.8 to 52. US ISM Services Employment forecast 51, prior 51.8. Services prices paid forecast 67, prior 63. Services new orders forecast 56.8, prior 58.6. Also expecting comments from Trump. Participating at the White House egg roll event. We'll find a video and put it on the feed for those interested.
NQ on the 7.
Not my favorite type of action on a Monday. Cracking through that dot. Okay, so bears have lost control of this area completely. They are they're getting pushed. There's a 5,000 level bear in there just getting annihilated. Surprising. How big is this high up there? He was 500 was in there. There's a straight up buy leg on that 89 into the bowl up top. Pre-news.
Divergence down NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 9.
Big pop into a super AO. They're gonna full port max me on both. Okay. Give me a Seuss.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 36. Alpha Omega up NQ.
Our time 8 minutes till the news.
Double Delta NQ on the 9.
Here comes King Timing. I'll pop up a little bit first before you rock. Don't go without me. Oh, come on.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7.
9:53, 7 minutes. Another blue cross. Come on, red dot, hold it. Nope. Okay, so red dots can't hold even on the MACV. Bulls in absolute full control of this area. Six minutes till the news.
Reminder in 5 minutes time, we're expecting US ISM Services PMI forecast 54.9, prior 56.1, Services Employment forecast 51, prior 51.8, Services Prices Paid forecast 67, prior 63, New Orders forecast 56.8, prior 58.6. Also expecting comments from Trump, who's participating in the White House egg roll.
Divergence up NQ under NQ on the 89. Alpha Omega harmonic NQ on the 7 NQ on the 9. Pip dot NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Enigma short on the NQ7. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Double delta NQ on the 5.
Man, even Enigmas, the Enigma events cannot hold them down.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
The Triple Crown is there on the 36s.
Divergence down NQ on the 5.
Divergence on the 9. Top of the bowl. So we got another big bear in here. That's 1,000 level bear in here again.
1%.
Are they going to get their pay? We'll see.
Double delta NQ on the 7.
There's a delta shift.
One minute remaining. I'll be leading with US ISM Services PMI.
On king timing on the 89s. I'm hoping this is a head fake. 30 seconds.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Red dot on the 9s.
10 seconds.
Divergence down NQ on the
54, 54, lower than forecast, a 54 spot 9. Services prices paid, 70 spot 7, 70 spot 7, higher than forecast of 67. Services employment, 45 spot 2, 45 spot 2, lower than forecast of 51. Services new orders, 60 spot 6, 60 spot 6, higher than forecast of 56 spot 8.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 9.
5.9. Oh boy.
Seeing some strength in the S&P 500.
NQ on the 7. Full touch hot.
Know the headline.
Full touch high. 7.9.
NQ on the 5. Double delta NQ on the 7. Full touch hot.
What was in the headline?
So I don't see the move being related to the data, but again, continuing to see some strength in the S&P 500. We'll keep looking to see if we can find anything.
Divergence of NQ on the 9.
The S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100 quickly extends to session highs.
Double delta NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 9.
Yeah, that was quite a snap. Back into the big bear.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. NQ on the 7.
All right, finally a bear holding. Can we get back into the open?
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 9.
Yes, we can. Okay.
US Treasury yield slip after US services data. 10-year yield last down 0.9 basis points at 4.347%. And US Treasury 2-year yields
Yeah.
0.6 basis
Getting greedy now. Should have taken some off there at that 12.6 because now I could have re-added. Oh, I could have been adding right here on the delta shift. Vinny. Kind of kicking myself for not moving to the 6s there this morning. We talked about it. Talked about potentially moving up to the 6s, but it has been slower. But it picked up this morning. Once again. Would have been so nice to add there. Okay, there's a dot. Another spot to pull some off there. And man, what a bounce. Seriously, look at that bounce. Did that literally bounce 60 ticks within a second?
Full touch low.
What time? 10:03. Okay, big bear working now. Thank you.
Double delta NQ on the 9.
Beautiful.
Hold touch low.
I'm going to pull some there at 200 ticks.
Divergence alpha omega.
All the way. Holding to an opposing signal.
Hold touch low.
Pull off some more right there. 300. 10 left on. Almost to the bottom of the bear here. Beautiful. 50K there. It's going to have to make up for the other one. What's our time?
Alpha omega down.
10:04. $5.5.
NQ on the 9. Hold touch low.
In that 5,000 level bear should be, yeah, aggressive. Beautiful. Butamus.
NQ on the 7. NQ on the 7.
Okay, I'll take some right here off at that kind of double green. Well, try.
Hold touch low.
They're gonna hold that R2. Yeah, they might. Okay, double dot, add to position. Double pink over on the right.
Two finger NQ on the 36. Double delta NQ on the 5.
Delta shift.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
And we got that big bear area right up above us.
Harmonic NQ on the 7. Double delta NQ on the
Excellent.
NQ on the 7. Double delta NQ on the 9. Divergence of NQ on the 35.
Cipher, add to position.
Divergence of NQ on the 9. Hold touch low. Double dot NQ on the 7.
Okay, green dot, switch, add on red
Dot NQ on the 7.
after the ready DD. Looks like they just broke that red dot. Doesn't hold. Bulls might be taken back over there. Let's see. They bring it back to an area where they can hold. Yeah, it's a blue dot there. Okay, blue dots call bottoms all the time. That might be it.
Alpha omega down.
Good time. 10:06, 9.2. Hearing buyers step all over this.
On the 7.
Adding in on the cipher. Top of the channel. See if we got a PRZ cross back to return to that dot would be great.
Those interested.
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Zeus. Red arrow. Red nerd. Coming back into the barrier again. Remember, in the barrier, we want to see 3 crosses. So I see 1. It may go back in there, 2 more crosses. So I have to be careful on that. Could end up running all the way back to my POE there.
Dot NQ on the 7.
Green dot on the MACV. Let's see if it cracks. If it cracks, bears could take back over control. Watching right here. Yes. Yes. Crack it. Crack it. Nope. Bull said I don't think so.
Enigma short on the NQ5.
Enigma, add to position. Green dot. Bull's still holding every green structure. Every single one of them. And that is 2 Enigmas that have been kind of smoked. I believe. Wasn't that other one the one that got ran before? I don't want to go back that far. Need to. But from my recollection, we had another one. This one just got wrapped around. Yeah, coming back into the bear zone once again. Shark back. If we touch that shark back, I'll engage on this one again. King timing.
Divergence down NQ on the 36.
Shark back. Alright, I'll take the shark back right here. We also have one on the 9s.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 7. 2-finger NQ on the 36. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Pip dot NQ on the 7.
Red dot, add to position, headshot. It's a power headshot with a pink dot back behind it. There she goes.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7.
Alright, and there's 100 ticks. I'll grab that. Should be over 50k on that one. Great.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Coming down into the bottom of the shark. I'll take some off of the shark.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 9. Divergence up NQ on the 9.
Red arrow, red nerd. Large king timing coming up right here. Red dot. Got cracked, so bears do not have full control. Red dot getting smoked. So again, bears do not have full control yet. I say yet, I mean, it's not guaranteed that they are.
So that'll be 10:40. 10:40 a.m. Eastern.
Here's king timing. There's a 5-4 up top. Is that the third cross? That is. That's the third cross inside here. Look for the next structure.
Divergence down NQ on the 36. 2-finger NQ on
Yeah,
the
see that. We'll give that divergence a try here. It's the open line. One of my least favorite places to play around that open line. It is a nasty looking trap down there though, isn't it? Let's see. First red dot we've seen hold in a while. In the bear zone again. Red dot up top on MACV. Push to the other side of the bowl. Okay, exit on opposing signal there. Should have pulled some there on that green dot. This is just happening so fast. This thing is moving real quick. Speed. It says great speed, but it definitely feels snappier than great speed. Feels very, very fast. Green arrow, and we're back to green. That's not good. All right, now I'm gonna pull some. I'm gonna pull it here.
Harmonic NQ on the 7. Alpha Omega down, Alpha Omega down, NQ on the 7.
Okay, I'll add back there on the 5-1. All right, deep in the bear now. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of broken up by that 8, so technically it's not 3 in a row, not 3 reds. So still a bit more risky. I would want to see just 3 red crosses in here without that 8-3 breaking, so there might still be another one coming here.
Divergence down, NQ on the 9.
Tide and wave both green now. Divergence on the 9.
Alpha Omega down, NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down, SM on the 7.
Let's see. Is the headshot gonna hold? That's the 3. 1, 2, and 3. That's the 1. All right, third cross inside of the bear zone. Scary place. Scary place. Red dot on the 9s. Is it going to drop on a structure?
Good dot, NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Double delta NQ on the 7. Double delta NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 9.
Yikes,
Harmonic NQ
that is a double ready DD in the wrong direction there. Starting to hear the sellers.
Harmonic NQ on the 9.
$300 tick drop potential. Are we going to get it? Could be, I mean, 300 drop potential, but could be 5 to 800. Just depends on how nasty it's going to get.
NQ on the 36.
A 5,000 level bear. Man, because that is a nasty head fake. If it's up, if it's a head fake, it is gonna be a gnarly one.
Alpha Omega up NQ on Alpha Omega up NQ on the 7. NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
They said Trump was gonna be talking. Does anybody know? I didn't hear the financial juice person say anything about. Well, I mean, I heard them say about it, but I didn't hear them say if he was starting or what was going on with that. What are they doing here? All right, I'm just gonna take them off there. My goodness. Okay, I have seen 2 Enigmas fail. I'm gonna bet on this one. The third one would be very rare to see 3 in a row not work. Of course, as I say that, I'm hearing just buyers coming in nonstop, so that's not good.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 9. Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Well. Gonna be one of those days, huh?
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5.
I just realized this R2, R3, these are not, I don't think these are accurate. Either that or why is my open line right here? Might be days of data. I don't want to change it right now, but just realized I've been thinking this is R3 and I'm like, we're not technically, we can't be at R3. Well, we can't be at R3 and this be the open line at the same time. That can't be the open and this be R3. So I've got something wrong. I'm pretty sure this chart this doesn't have enough days of data. Shoot, I didn't do that. That's what I forgot this morning. I didn't put this on 3 days of data. Oy vey. I kept thinking, oh, we're at R3. No, we're not. No, we are not. You're not at R3. I don't believe. I'm pretty sure because this one's got more days of data on it. All right, now I'm just gonna take the loss. All right. Bummer. 10:21. I need to take a quick break here. We didn't get to 100 likes, unfortunately. I'll keep you guys updated in Discord. Take a quick break here for myself and then get back on and see what's going to happen here. I'm going to get small here on this. I don't know if they're going to keep doing some wild child run here, but I need to get this as soon as I get into my, well, in a better spot here or out of this position. I need to adjust this chart and be on 3 days of data. This R2, R3 stuff, this is not accurate. These are not accurate because this doesn't have Friday's data. Oh, it's not. It's even more. You have to have 4 days of data to go all the way back to Thursday. Okay. Yeah, you need to go all the way back to Thursday to grab the proper information because Friday was a holiday. Okay. I was like, why is this off? That's why. All right. I'm going to take a break. I will catch you guys back there in Discord. Be safe.